but this man right here. Right.
We already know who the most handsome. You know what I'm saying? The one with the most red on it, the most red and black on.
Right here.
Everybody wanted to be.
You know.
Yeah, I'm the square reason today, y'all. I'm the square reason. I got white on, so I guess I'm the square reason.
Yeah, you the Wanye out of Boys to Men.
Yes, what's the group name? Moogie.
What's the group name? Shoot.
Who the lead singer? So
it's gotta be
You gotta come up with the group name, boo.
Okay, come on.
The group name.
The T's.
The red tones.
Right.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. That's what we're here.
Yeah, I'm David Ruffin.
Right.
Yeah, we was all singing. Me, AJ, and Pookie was all singing, and Boo come out of nowhere. Oh!
Yeah, I shut it down now. I shut it down. I can hit them notes. Definitely.
Why don't you give us a note?
So y'all heard of 112?
Go ahead and give us a note, Boo.
We 113.
113.
Word.
Go ahead,
113. Room 113.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, room 113. That's the unlucky number. Shoot, boys, the old men. Y'all good though? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Bless.
Like thinking back, bro.
Hey, we working.
Like we got older than them, bro. As I'm looking at these videos, this camera, especially y'all, you know what I'm saying? I still look good, but
youngest looking.
I'm looking right now.
Hey AJ? What's your prescription, bro?
I didn't say huh?
I said, what's your prescription, man?
What'd you say?
I said, what's your prescription for them glasses?
Walgreens.
Now you know I'm brand new to this. I'm brand new to this.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
AJ said
all I know is my left eye.
He must be blind.
You know what I'm saying?
He lies.
No doubt. But the only thing I know is my left eye is 2020. All of a sudden, I found out my right eye is 2025, and some other junk was happening there. All I know is everything around here looks blurry.
You told us you cockeyed.
And all I can see is this.
I got from that.
Next year is gonna be 2026.
Cockeyed.
That's true. New year.
He's talking to me, Kermit.
The new year, 2026.
He's gonna be looking like Forrest Whitaker. This year gonna be looking like Forrest Whitaker.
Hey, I'm telling you.
I don't know y'all too, but I know it's like every year is always something new that hurts.
Every
Why?
day.
It just every year something new hurts.
My knee hurting for no reason.
He said every
my
day.
knee hurt right now for no reason. I ain't ran nowhere. I have not ran a single place.
And then you sit down. How's your knee hurting?
Hey, you see my arm going like this? I'm rubbing my knee.
I'm saying,
me too. Rubbing your knees too, man. I'm back here rubbing my knees.
Hey, y'all ever cough for no reason? Like y'all just sit somewhere and be like,
yes.
Yo, I'm telling you, yo.
You got that old man
cough, man.
And the handkerchief
and how bad do a sneeze hurt? I hate the sneeze right now.
Oh man.
Oh, I hate the sneeze. But yeah, this getting older, it's kind of fun.
Sneezes and coughs don't really hurt. Like sneezing and coughing don't really be hurting me. I don't know, it's because y'all getting old, man. Y'all getting old.
Let me ask the group. When everybody on this group, when you get up, do you got to rock first with it? Like, are we at that stage?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to rock right now.
I'm at that stage.
You gotta swing back.
Like I use my hands to get up.
You know what? Another thing I noticed is it's a little harder to hold in your gas. You know, and you be walking and just slip out. You be like, oh. So you just gotta keep walking. You walk a little faster. Hope nobody catch that.
You see the old lady pass out behind you.
Let us know you got the depends on now, boy. The depends stage. So,
depends? Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
Who? said, "Boo at the
Oh, he just let us know he be going.
Nah. I
I'm
say
rocking
gas.
literally
I
right
didn't
now.
say
Starting
solids.
my podcast.
You said what?
I said
I
I'm
say
starting my rock
gas,
right
not
now.
solid.
I had went to the doctor.
What you say, AJ?
I had went to the doctor the other day, and we was bringing up like some stuff we used to do when we was kids, like pranks and all that stuff. So I had talked about Boo when he flipped that mat over that clear mat for that old school clear mat with all the spikes at the bottom, and me and you came running in, bro. Those things.
I'll plead the fifth. I'll plead the fifth.
We had war.
I'll plead the fifth.
Yeah, Boo. Yeah,
Hey, Pookie, you said rocking. You said rocking to get up. I sit down so slow now. Like I be.
Yeah, you gotta take your time, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you. Like when I had to sit down in this chair, or even my living room chair, I had to take that armrest and just go down like this.
So we at that stage, man.
It's like real slow.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you another question. Are we at the stage where we only can put our shoes on sitting down?
Bruh. And
yeah. I gotta cross one leg and lift it up and
I can't stand
do all that.
When you was younger, you just jump in your shoes when you was younger, but now
Hey, when I was young, I had a pair of basketball shorts under my pants, so you never know when the game might start. You never know when you might hit a basketball court.
Oh yeah,
I just had my shorts on, so I just jump out the.
I remember that.
Get on that court.
Yeah, matter of fact, I remember last time we was all out there playing ball in Texas, and the game was to 11, and we lasted to 6. Everybody quit because it's too damn hot.
Hey, bro, it's hot.
I'll never forget that heat out there, man.
Yo, Texas.
Legal in Texas. Hooping outside should be legal.
Bro, I don't see anybody ever balling outside no more. Dog. It's just hot. We don't do it. I don't see kids outside doing that.
It's too hot, bro.
It's just hot. It's hot today, and it's not even the hottest month of the year.
Texas period is too damn hot.
It's not even hot. I'm looking at AJ. I mean, he got a sweatshirt on. You know,
it's like 80 degrees at night.
I know, because it's like 57
that's what I'm saying.
Right
it ain't nowhere near that here.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like Texas, their nighttime be 80 degrees. Like that's
it be and humid.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know how y'all do it out there.
I don't think Texas is worse as Mississippi. Mississippi is to take your breath.
But Mississippi
walk around down there.
Slavery heat though.
I was just about to say that. I started talking like a slave when I go to Mississippi.
That plantation heat.
You couldn't even
say plantation heat.
I don't even look white man in the eye in Mississippi. It's so hot.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's another type of heat right there.
Yes, sir.
Y'all remember it was so hot out there. My car broke down because it was so hot out there. You remember that?
Don't blame me.
Where?
Mississippi.
Oh shit.
Remember my Honda broke down, and we finally got it started. And you drove off. You drove my car off and drove it back. And me and Troy was walking.
Yeah, that's what you're getting.
Okay, you drove my car. You don't remember?
Yeah, you was driving the car, and Troy and Boo.
No. It was me, Mookie, and Troy. We was driving back to old mama house.
Yeah.
And my car kept overheating because it was hot. And then it stopped working. It cut off, and then we finally got it on. And then Mookie was still driving, so he was still in the car. So I was like, yo, just drive it home. We'll walk. Cause I was thinking it was around the corner. Man, we was like miles away. And me and Troy had to walk through that damn heat.
on that dirt road.
Nah, that's that time Troy had seen those dogs, because I walked way ahead of Troy, and it was like some dogs that was loose. Mm-hmm. He was like, I turned around, he's like, yo, he's like, these dogs. I looked over, they were standing next to him. I was like, they loose? He was like, yeah. I was like, I took off running. And them dogs hauled me down so quick. And then when they got to me, they just stopped. They stopped and looked around. And then Troy was down there laughing at me, man. That was funny.
Oh, you said they ran by Troy?
Yeah, but they were standing next to Troy. because I seen him down there. I was
Troy
like,
ain't run. Troy was like, fuck that.
nah. I just see some dogs, and I was like, they loose? He was like, yeah. I took off running. It didn't help. They held me down like nothing. And then as soon as I stopped, when they caught me, they just stopped running and stood there.
Outrun some dogs. Troy knew. Nah. Troy did the calculation in his head. He's like, I ain't running. But you was like, I'm gonna give it a chance.
There's no way I'm outrunning
the dog.
Yeah.
You knew you weren't outrunning no dog. You just tried. Mookie was like,
I tried. Hey, I still thought we was close, so we weren't nowhere near old mama house. That was crazy.
Mookie, you don't remember none of that.
I remember a little.
He had to drive my car. He drove my car all the way back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, just get it back so we don't be stuck nowhere, man.
Yeah, and y'all was stuck. Them dogs stuck y'all up.
Yeah.
Wanted to see if you was all right. Checking.
Yeah, right.
Man, but yeah, man, that was good times though. Being that young, man, that shit. You can't. It ain't nothing. Like you look at the stuff you used to do. I'm like, I wish I could do that again.
Yeah. You don't realize how free you are until you get older and that first bill hit.
Yeah, y'all remember that big satellite in the back of old mama house?
Yes, yeah.
When did it ever work?
I know, that's what I'm asking.
I don't even remember it, bro.
I don't remember it working. I do remember that NASA satellite back there. Yo, that's probably the biggest satellite I've ever seen.
Was it deep into the woods part of back of old mama house?
Huh?
Oh, was it? It was either on the front or it was on the side.
Was it deep in the woods or something?
No, it was right on the little driveway.
Yeah, it was like on the side.
It was behind it, but it was like when you go in the driveway, it's the first.
Oh, okay. I remember now.
Like,
I think old mama got the first satellite ever created over there, man. That thing was huge. Oh my God.
A radio station at her crib.
Yo, she had one of those. Yep, she did.
Oh, that mother was big.
Yeah, that was a big joint.
You have to beat that thing too to get that thing.
I don't ever remember it working.
I
don't remember it working. I just used to see it out there like, that's a big satellite, man.
Man, yeah. Nowadays, I got to deal with. Man, I think back even when I'm at work, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been dealing with so much, like when it comes to work and stuff like that. Like you know how you in the I know it's been a while since y'all been working. Has it been a minute since y'all worked?
Shoot, I haven't worked. I quit my job in 2015.
God damn.
Right.
Yeah, you go into a job.
I've never heard of such thing.
When you go into a someplace that you know you ain't supposed to be at, and your goals is not here, bro. I swear to God, sometimes I just go into a dark place, bro. When I'm at work, like not dark to where I don't talk to nobody or like just antisocial, whatever.
You know what that is, right?
What?
That's your intuition telling you, why am I working someone else's vision? Like, why am I working for someone's dream? And your inner thoughts is telling you that, and you're still doing it because you're chasing the money. But you're sacrificing your time for someone else's dream when you can be using that time, because time and money doesn't equal each other. But in your mind, they convince you, I could use this person's time to fulfill this thought that I have. And you're giving up your time instead of putting your time back into you, because that's your biggest investment power right there is your time. And whatever you could be doing for just a little, half the time you spend for someone else's dream, you could build that times 2. If you use that same amount of time and just putting that in your brain and doing the knowledge and actually investing in yourself instead of living someone else's vision.
Somebody
that is ridiculous. Like, you should be able to sacrifice just a little bit to plant that seed and grow it. Because if you leave this planet without anything of your own, what was the point? Like you have to have that foundation.
You fail.
Right.
I feel like
But
you
you're
failed.
literally fulfilling someone else's
Yeah.
vision. Anywhere you're working, someone's at the top living out their vision for themselves, having that reality they see. But you just like, well, I need the money, so money equals my time. No, that doesn't match up because you will never have enough time to make it to where you want to. You don't have that much time.
Not at all.
So
No.
the value to each other does not equal. But people in their mind, like, shit, let me put this, just like you said, being somewhere you know you're not supposed to be because your intuition is telling you, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's beat me in the head with it. Like when I go into these, when I have this that feeling, it's like I go into it. Like I said, when I say dark mode, go dark. It's like I focus. It's like I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta go write something. I gotta go make a video. I gotta go advertise. I gotta go do something for myself because I'm working literally all day, and then I come home tired. I got to get up at 4:00 in the morning and work all day for, like you said, Pookie, somebody else's goals.
And okay, let me ask you this: like, so that time that you spent, are you able to get a house, a car, something of value besides
I
just pay
get
your
all that,
bills?
but it's not that I can't get. It's like I can get it, but
you can't. If there's a but, you can't. Because
no,
now you
no,
have to split.
the but is not that I can't. The but is it. This doesn't make me feel good doing that with that money.
No. I'm just talking about you telling yourself in your mind that whatever $25-$30 an hour is worth that amount equals your time.
Right.
That hour of your time is $30 for you. So you gave that up and you will never get that back. So you exchange that for money. For something when you should be having money literally work for you. Like there is no way you're trying to have that battle of here's my time for your money. Here's my time for your money. You don't have enough time on this planet to make it anywhere you would like to. Like at least something. That's why I said you have to at least have something in line that's working for you. Like prime example. I had went to a Pizza Hut earlier today, and you literally looking at back everybody like this, like just walking around.
Everybody
You
look
don't want to
depressed.
be there. You don't want to be there, but yet you thought whatever that $12 an hour was worth your time. When you literally can sacrifice anything, because there's nothing that truly matters that you will lose, that you can't replace. So if you just sacrifice just for a little bit, no matter what you have to do, but just sacrifice a little bit, you will literally have that reality you want for a lifetime.
Bro.
Yeah.
That really equals your time.
Like like right now, my sacrifice is sleep. I stay tired. I stay tired, and it's like.
But in your mind, that equals that's a fair trade.
Is your time?
You take it. You take it. You accept it.
What am I gonna do? Sleep? I gotta make something happen.
That's why I said no matter what it takes to get to where you get this channel where you needed to go by any means necessary. And this channel should be working for you. You shouldn't even be talking about my job. This is your job.
Yeah.
This is what you created. This is your reality. So whatever it takes, no matter what it takes, you get it where you needed to get. Like you are willing to trade your time in for somebody else's dream, but don't see the value in yourself is ridiculous.
Hey, and even here, like even when you hear stuff or say stuff like that, I'm putting this time in for somebody else's goal sounds disgusting.
That's exactly what it is. Just like I hate to say this, I'm about to ruffle them feathers.
What's up?
When Kanye said, I promise you, when Kanye said that
slavery
was a choice, it absolutely was. I don't care who does not agree. You can look them motherfuckers in the face and be like, you ain't doing shit. You ain't taking us nowhere. Kill us.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Stand your ground. Them motherfuckers be like, shit, we can't fuck with them. That's what the Indians did. Them motherfuckers was like, I'm not bowing to you.
But
Native Americans was like, "Fuck you!" Like, they knew you better go somewhere else and get somebody else.
Yeah, look at even you ain't even got to go that far. Look at the people like slaves who left. They left because they chose to. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Like you either gonna stand up or bow down. Like it's just your only two options, and it was your choice.
Even in my job now, it's still I could literally quit anytime.
You can quit literally anytime and do
Live
all
on
the research you need and get all the connections you need. Get in front of anybody you need to get this channel to where it needs to. You have that choice.
Have that choice. Did I tell you? Did I ever tell y'all about when I went to New Orleans and somebody recognized my channel?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you told me that one. Mm-hmm.
That good.
See, you see what I'm saying? So there's value in that.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was able to, store that. You know how many videos I see? I couldn't tell you if I seen one of those people from the videos I watched if I recognize them, but yet he remembered your video.
Yeah.
So it shows you it's valued. It's something you can grow. Because it's worth storing in someone's mind and like, oh shoot, I remember you.
Yeah.
Somewhere else that's not even in Texas. That's real. Like,
where you said you was at? Where was you at? New Orleans, shit?
I was in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
That made me angry. And it was a female too. So
hey, see?
Okay, you gave her an autograph?
You know what? You sure want to
give her an autograph? You signed her something?
Autograph.
Well, the Sam Cassell game.
You say?
What you say?
He said Sam Cassell game.
I showed her your picture. I said, it is a Country Wayne. She was like, oh my God,
if you'd have said Shamar Moore or Morris Chestnut or somebody, I'd be like,
nah, maybe if he would have said Kermit E. Frog, then yeah.
Well, this marquee for you.
I told him he's Shamar No More and Morris Chestnut.
Yeah, man. But that's cool, man.
But it's
people don't talk about the mental health behind being knowing you somewhere that you're not supposed to be. You know what I mean? Put on you. And however, even you may not even realize, but stress, even getting up as early as I get up every day is stress. Even though I may not be in a bad mood, stress on my body. Working on stress on my body, then doing it every day is stress. What was that? But yeah, I mean, it's like that's a real thing. Like stress a kid, like people who shit first like that, they lifespan isn't long.
So that's worth it. That equals your life. Like I'm gonna harm myself because your vision is damaging me. Does that make sense? So
not at all.
You're offing yourself because you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't. But it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
you said,
clocking in is like it just drives me nuts. I could not imagine, bruh. Like it took I started trucking. We started this bus not knowing a thing. We started these businesses not knowing. We just jumped.
Right.
You know what I mean? We gained those connections. Like everything is about networking. Get out there and get that's what we said. Like I ran into this painter at the mall one time, right? He was a well-known painter. He was like all over like different channels and I just walked in there and I just started talking to him and telling him about mom. Cause she painted. I made them FaceTime. So he was like feeding her with all this knowledge of how to get in the painting world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she knew nothing, but had I not done that, like connected them, like if she was out there just meeting, like going to different events and just talking, gaining knowledge and getting out there, they're trying to keep us apart. Stop that knowledge. You know what I mean? You remember a time you remember when we used to go to these different events like real estate events or trucking events and stuff like that. And they had these groups meet and it'd be like tons of people, and we all just network. Everybody, we got tons of people that we millionaires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know so many millionaires now because we were able to get out there, but they don't have things like that. It's not as easy to get to, and I understand, but that's what we need to get back to. People need to connect, because like I told you, we started these businesses not knowing nothing. That's why I said if people just invested in themselves more, use that time for you. I understand you guys like, oh man, I gotta pay my bills and stuff. Anything you have can be replaced when you get there. Like you literally just have to just put yourself in a position where you can survive, but majority of your time, like there's only 24 hours in a day.
So what made y'all choose Gaming Bus? Like, how did y'all come up with that? Like, this is what y'all wanted to do.
I was working a job. I was the manager at a hotel. And my cancer situation, right? This is all after I had cancer. And I had a doctor's appointment. I was getting off work. And as I'm leaving, he calls my phone. And he was like, where you think you going? I'm like, my shift's over. I got a doctor's appointment I got to go to. He said, no, the fuck you don't. And hung the phone up on me. He said, get up here for this meeting. And hung the phone up. And I was like, what? Nah, buddy. Nah, I called bro because bro he was the businessman.
Oh man, he ain't going trying to hear me.
I remember that. He always was. Like,
he was always trying to convince me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, man. I like, it's just easier to just fall in line and blah, blah, blah. Once he did that, I knew my life wasn't mine. When I signed up for that job, that literally sold my soul.
Damn.
Like seriously. Like I was not my own man when another grown man tells me I cannot even go to my own doctor's appointment after my shift is even over for a meeting. I was like, nah,
makes you feel little, don't it?
I'm good. Like, nah, like, and that's what I said. Like, no, like, that's literally selling my soul. I can't do what I want. I'm in full control of them.
Yeah, he called me that day and was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm in, man. I'm in.
Let's do this, yo. Like,
yeah,
do that. Like, I have not worked at a job since. Times have been rough. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But, see, I'm willing to sacrifice my time for what I want, and I was never allowed to fail. Like,
that's the whole thing right there. You got to make that sacrifice.
Yeah, you have to.
What I mean? And that's what a lot of people are too scared to do, is to make that jump. You know what I mean? You think all you're going to do is work. Yeah, all of us is from that era where we were taught all you got to do is work.
Yeah.
Now times has changed. You like what you had said before, you're seeing more men stay home. They're trying to do their own business, stuff like that. And, in order to do that, you got to make that sacrifice. You know what I mean? Into your, you got to.
You have to.
It's a lot of big businesses that's out there. You know what I'm saying? They had to work, but by them making that sacrifice while they were working and all that stuff, now look at the. You have to do it.
Yeah.
You got to make that sacrifice.
I mean, you think about all of us. We're actually doing something right now that most people are scared to do.
That's scared, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. And the fact that we're still here says a lot. That's why it's like we were built for this.
Yeah.
That's why I don't look at things as a loss or I'm missing out, because it's like most of the time those people that gets to that level, they were the ones missing out or so-called missing out. And then when the tables turn, you don't reach your goal and stuff like that. Most of those people is left behind thinking that they were missing out on something, and you're really not. That's the reality behind it. That's why, if I got people I associate with, it's people of value, not just a good time. Because a good time nowadays is a waste of time. And I don't mean don't enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Bro.
But I'm just saying, a lot of times you could be handling some business where you thinking you missing out and you want to be down and all that, and it's like, you wake up the next day like, damn, I done wasted all that time. and then your pockets is rabbit ears, and all for a few hours of fun.
That's the trap. They don't want you figuring it out. That's the trap, yo. Like,
yeah.
You know, you speaking the truth, bro. You speaking the truth.
Yeah, like, no lie. It doesn't make sense. Like, you literally should be willing to sleep. Hold on.
Dude. You know, huh?
Go ahead, cuz. Go ahead.
Oh,
did it?
No, what I was about to say is what I love about what we're talking about right now. I'm hoping a lot of youth is watching this. You know what I mean? Because I just got done talking about this with my oldest one. You know, because where he works at, he deal with customers, and you know how customers are. Some are, very rude, and it you know what I mean, it sticks on you while you working there because you can't say nothing back. And I just pretty much just told him, like, you see how much you don't like all that. It was like, yeah, where you gotta go to your supervisor and ask for a day off and all that different type of stuff. I said trying to make that leap, make that sacrifice, really gonna change your life. Trust me. I was like, you remember I was working like 2-3 jobs. I'm working, still wasn't going nowhere. Was still living paycheck to paycheck. All that different type of stuff. Yeah. But when you take a little bit of that money, keep putting to the side, it's gonna, you can't go out, for example, you can't go out drinking with your homeboys, or if you smoke, you can't buy that cigar that you want. You got to make a sacrifice in order to succeed in life, and that's what we got to instill into the youth too, about that too. Like, try to run a business. Be your own boss,
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't lying.
That's what I like most about it is the control, because I have control. Like, I do a lot.
Oh, trust me, you do a lot.
But it's like I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed. Why? Because it's me doing it. It's my choice. It's nobody saying, "Hey, you got to be here. You got to be here. We got to get this done." It's me doing this myself. So it's like, it's cool. I'd rather do that than doing all this for somebody else and making nothing where I'm in total control of most of what I'm doing. So I'd rather do that than having to answer to somebody. Now, I'm not against working. I'm not against working at all. People got to survive. And some people are built for that. Some people are just like, I'm going to just work and enjoy my life however you can do that. But, if you want to get to that next level, it's going to take sacrifice, like y'all talking about.
Right.
I've been sacrificing. Like I said, I quit my job in 2015, but I've been sacrificing ever since. And the thing is, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why I'm gonna continue to go towards it. So I'm good. And like we were talking about earlier, I think getting old is probably the best thing to happen to us, because we realize everything that we thought was meant something really don't mean nothing. And that's kind of what I kind of understand now more than I ever did.
Say that again. You said what used to mean something don't mean nothing no more?
Yeah. It's like a lot of stuff don't matter like that you always thought. Like, my biggest thing that I always, and it wasn't even, I don't know, I think I ain't really into the horoscopes like that, but I would say, mine, I'm a Leo, and Leos are supposedly flashy and kind of outgoing, or gotta be the
very body, look at me.
Life of the party, right. And like none of that stuff even like matters. Like, it really don't. It's like a lot of times you waste your time.
That's because you see the value of things at what it actually is. Like, you literally look at a sneaker. Someone literally just put that together. And you're risking your life. You see, like, those Jordans are worth my life. Those Jordans are worth taking his life. And literally, it was material someone put together from a vision in their mind. From a vision in their mind, they put that sneaker together in just cloth, stitching, rubber.
Yeah.
And just put a little Jordan symbol on it. And you're like, wow, that value of that sneaker is worth someone's life, or my life, fighting for it, or using all that money I've exchanged my time for to pay for his other.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
Say you working, you know what I mean, your paycheck like $600. You about to spend like damn near $300 on them J's. Why? Why are you gonna do that?
Like
for?
it makes no sense. Like
for what?
Everything. You're in your car.
And it's stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. I realize it's not for you. It's for other people to see you with those on. It's for other people to see you driving that car. And it's like, most of the people you don't even know. So what does it matter whether they see you or not? And even then, most of them people don't give a damn about you. You know, no one's gonna think about the car they seen last week, and they gonna tell people about it. Ain't nobody give a damn. So it's like, yo, everybody's just caught in their own ego, thinking they got to do all this stuff to try and prove and impress people. And it's like, it don't matter. Most people don't care.
They literally
most people don't care.
They literally convince you that whatever you're fighting to keep is worth it. Like, it's worth your energy to try and fight. Like, oh, I got to keep my car, so I got to work this job, so I got to work this other job to keep my house on top of that. They convince you all that is worth your time to exchange in that circle. What are you getting out of it at the end?
Then they pay you just enough to afford that. Nothing extra.
Exactly. That's the trap. It's like that little mouse. Like, you know, they feed you just enough to keep you alive.
You ever seen that old man with the dollar with the fish line? Be quicker.
That's what it
is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is.
In people's mind, that equals that. Like, what are you getting out of it? You're literally running in, doing the same thing year after year. Like, how are you in your 40s, 50s, and still working for someone else proudly? I'm not, people, got to do what you got to do, but that's all you're doing. Like, these people go to college to work for somebody. You're paying to get knowledge to work for somebody else.
And then you got to pay it back.
Huh?
He said what?
Yeah.
Like,
you got to pay all that knowledge back.
Yo, like,
you're going to go to work after you get all that knowledge. You're going to go to work, and then you got to pay that knowledge back. Pretty much.
If you sacrifice and figure it out, find those people that you need to be in front of to get you where you need to be. Figure it out. Like, that should be the drive for anybody, either do or die type of thing. Like, you're literally signing your life away without even knowing. You're literally selling your soul. Like, literally, they control you. They tell you, I need you here by 6. But I got kids, but I don't care. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to? Like, how can you say that you're your own person? Like, just like Damon Dash was the other one that changed my life.
He say some good stuff.
Damon Dash.
Yeah, it's that. Shout out to Dame Dash. It was that Breakfast Club interview.
Oh my gosh.
What'd he say?
Woke me up. Everything I'm saying, basically.
He was basically saying, you not being your own boss. It's like they're your parents, man. They tell you when to come in. They tell you when you can leave. They tell you when you can take time off. They tell you everything. It's like you don't own anything. You can't pass nothing down to your kids. Only thing you can pass them is a recommendation, and hopefully they can get the job where you at. But you can't pass nothing to your kids. You're not gonna have any time for them. It's like,
That's it.
It's like,
why would you? Like, how do you think that's okay?
Well, y'all got me hyped up. I'm about to go to work quick tomorrow, though.
Yo, no lie. Like, you gotta go to the damn wilderness for a little bit until you get there. Like, it's your reality. It's your reality. Like, you're the movie star of your own movie. You're the main character.
Not to cut you off, Poop. My bad for cutting you off, bro. But, like, I joke around with my youngest one, and I tell him, because he's like, what's the purpose of school? And I'd be like, for work. I was like, they already trained you back in school. You got to wake up early. You got to be there on time. You know what I mean?
That's
you got a 30-minute lunch break, which is you know what I mean, lunchtime in school. You know what I'm saying?
Layout of the kids all in line.
Exactly. They trained you since you was going to school to go to work. They don't want you to think outside the box.
No, that's what it is.
And you know what? That's
but you gotta
No, I was saying that. No,
you gotta do that. You gotta want to do that.
Yeah, what you say, bro?
Well, I was saying that's kind of where I'm at too, as far as how I feel about school, because it really doesn't teach you about life. It teaches you about work. It teaches you, being on time for class. Whatever you learning, most of that stuff you're not going to use when you get older. And then it's just like, now it's like when you get older or you get out of school, you're basically starting over because you still got stuff you got to figure out because you never really figured it out the whole time you were in school. So that's why with me, when I talk about sacrifice, my goal is to make sure when my daughter's out of school, she's not going to go to college on obligation. It's going to be a choice. It's going to be, because I think, we've grown up in a society to where, all right, you graduate, you got to go to college. Now it's like, the way I'm going to set it up, I'm going to have these businesses already let up for you.
That's what I was about to say.
You can go to school if you want to, not if you have to.
That's what you.
It's not going to matter because you go
regardless. Straight out. Hook their credit up.
Right.
By get a credit card, have them as a secondary user, and by the time they 16, they got an 800 credit score. Yeah. Get a business in their name, let it grow, let it get some get some time underneath it.
Yeah,
do all that for your kids. Get some property in their name.
Yeah,
like we were failed at growing up. We weren't laid. No one laid that out for us, and that's what the wealthy do. Yeah, because we are in the. I hate to say it, we're the bottom feeders. We're the lower class. That's why I said, how we do the same stuff. Like someone in Texas, a black person in Florida, a black person in Oklahoma. We know what you're eating on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's the wheel. That's the wheel that they're putting us in.
Well, even with that, I mean, I think the concept of holidays is another distraction because you can celebrate whenever you want, whenever you want. Like, who's to tell me I can't celebrate my birthday in May? Is it in May? We can get done with this podcast. I can go outside and celebrate my birthday right now.
Hey, Cuzzo, happy birthday!
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, I can create my own holidays. That's another thing. When you're working, it's like, okay, we got this day off for this holiday. And you got your own, I'm gonna create my own holiday. And it ain't even gotta be a name. I'm gonna just go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Because I'm in control. And you're always in control. Unless you choose to follow the norm or you follow what everybody else is doing. But I think that's one of the good things about being on your own and building your business. You're able to see, you're on the outside looking in, and you're like, okay, I don't have to go that way. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody else, they're just uniforming and going a certain way. But when you got your own thing going on, you building your own thing, you look at it differently, and you realize you actually have a choice. You don't really have to go along with what everybody else doing.
You're right. You build your own. You got to change the way you look at certain things. You really
One thing that comes to mind that I know that they destroyed in our whole psyche is Black Wall Street. Is building for ourselves and having that that dollar running through us, where everybody can be on a certain level of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They destroyed that because it was a time where we were going well.
Yeah.
And they destroyed that.
So have you ever heard the theory, I guess, of what hurt the black community the most is desegregation?
I ain't hear that.
Segregation.
So
segregation.
No, desegregation hurt us the most. That's what the theory is. Because, like he said, mentioned Black Wall Street.
Right? You're right.
Yeah, so it kind of forced us to spread out and not keep the dollar with us.
And you're right.
Where they fooled us.
You're right. Segregation. I don't know why I was thinking it was the other way around, but yeah, you're right. Desegregation was the biggest mistake.
That's why I'm pro Malcolm. I
know people and it was calculated. It was calculated.
I'm not saying that it is or not. I'm just saying that's
that was a huge
because we always in control of our own lives, no matter what.
Had they not done that, they would be so through without having those essential workers, and oh my God, those people at the top right now would not be where they are had this happened. We would have been doing very well because that black dollar is powerful. You know what I mean? Like we would be doing well, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we that's what I said. We have to wake up, like no lie.
You ever I think we might have talked about this before, and I think you mentioned something too, Pook. But that video I had told you about how to sell to the Negro.
Oh yeah, you
You ever saw that?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, actually, I was surprised. I was shocked. They're like, they actually have a video out for that. And it was an instructional video. Like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
but it was
you see now you see it, like you get it, like that's what they're trying to keep you from waking up to, because that's what they say. You literally have the power. The power is your choice. Yeah. You make that choice to wake up early and go to someone else's dream, or you're gonna wake up early, work on your body, get into shape, eat the food you need to be eating, keeping your vessel tip-top shape. You have that choice. Nobody is forcing you to eat any food. You make that choice of what you put in your body. You're letting them convince you time and time again to put poison in your body, and you're okay with it. You know it's poison, but we're still eating it.
Yeah.
Like we're so brainwashed to continue these same traditions. You're still celebrating Christmas. Like you're spending money that doesn't matter. Like put that money towards what will make you grow money without you having to work for it. Every dollar you get, I would even you put any and everything you got into figuring out what makes money on its own without you having to be involved, and grow that. You know what I mean? If it's real estate, if it's vending machines, if it's anything. Figure it out, because there's a dimension that's actually worked it out. It's you that has to align with that frequency. That's it. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody is whatever you can imagine, you are it. Because once it's a vision in your mind, it exists. You cannot picture it if it's not something that just has been created. If you just think about AJ on a horse with long hair blowing behind him, that's a thing that actually exists right now. Because it's a vision. No lie. That's he on the beach galloping.
So you're suggesting, you're talking about the parallel universe theory, how I have understood that too, where they talking about different versions of you.
What's going on, Marche?
Yeah, what up? What up, Shay?
What up?
What's good?
It's different versions of you according to different scenarios and different circumstances.
Yeah.
And it's all going simultaneously. So it's like the decisions you make move you closer to that version, whether it be on the good end or the back end. Like it's a version of you that's on the street right now holding a sign. There's the version of you that's on a yacht in the mansion. So the decisions you make and the moves you make moves you closer to either one of those versions. You know what I'm saying? Right. I've heard that theory though. I've heard that theory. I mean, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm so big believer of the so-called multiverse type of belief, and why I say it, like your consciousness moves. You're not the same person every day. That's why people are different. Like you could be friends with somebody, right? And all of a sudden they just changed. Like nothing ever happened. Y'all were good. And they just switch up on you. They just give you a whole nother vibe, right? That ever happened to you?
Yeah. Like usually that's not. You talking about like somebody having like a bad day out of nowhere. Exactly. You talking about something
that's not the same person.
Yeah.
You switch consciousness through dimensions every day. Every time you close your eyes and you wake up, you're in a different dimension that aligns of your frequency. Everything is in the present. There's no such thing as past or future. Your frequency is moving now. And wherever you're vibrating at is what matches. That's why I said everybody's a millionaire. If it's a vision in your mind, it's a dimension that exists. So you have to literally align with that frequency of that vision that you want, because everybody has a vision of what they want for themselves, and it literally exists.
Yeah.
You literally have to understand, but they distract you so much with these basketball games or what LeBron doing, or Diddy doing in his life, or the Kardashians.
I was about to say that Diddy cases.
You're literally giving up that time.
So what you're saying is like you have to, it's like you have that vision, visualize what you say, but it's more importantly, it's after that vision, you got to do something with it. You know,
you have to vibrate there. How you do it, I'm still trying to figure it out. But that's the key. Like everything exists. There's nothing that happens accidental. Like there's I don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. Now,
so you got in that car accident. That was a frequency you were aligned to. Because you have a time where before you got in the accident, you decided not to leave. There was a version of that you didn't align with. But you align with that version because your consciousness moves. It constantly moves. That's why I said, that's why you feel different vibes. Like, hold on, man. Like, it's a little different. Everything looks the same. But I believe that's it. That's where it's at, man. And
I'm with you, bro. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm with you.
Like we're like that version of you that's a millionaire, right? That aligns with the person that decided, like, you know what? I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm doing all the research I need on this business. This is an idea that's in my head. I'm gonna sacrifice my sleep or time because I would have did it for another job. Why not do it for this knowledge? Pump that. Get all you need and do it. There's nothing stopping you. That millionaire is that him. He decided that was the pathway to him. But the pathway to the constant wheel is the person you choose. And you can't just be like, oh, somebody weighing me down. That's the frequency you on. Like everything that happens in your existence is the frequency. There's a version of everything, literally everything, and you have to align with it. You have to vibrate. You have to have your pH online, that third eye like open, and use that. And that's the intuition, that feel of knowing if I jump off this mountain, I'm good. And you land on a little mat because you believe to be on that frequency. That's why I said that movie, anything, everywhere. You know what I'm talking about?
That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
That's what they're telling you. Like, there's nothing that's not impossible, literally. Like, if I wanted to be a doctor, I can literally go do everything I need to do that. Because if someone learned it, it's possible to be learned.
Right.
You can do anything. If you want to be a kung fu master, do what you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because right now it's a version of us that are in the best shape and health of our lives. And there is still a pathway to it. It's just a matter of changing your thought process, how you're eating, everything like that. And it brings you closer to that version.
Yeah.
That's what I that's what I always kind of look at it as, like, you know what, there's a version of me that has this hair, and I'm the version that don't. But I know it's some things. I know it's some stuff that I can do to get my head back, and it bring me back to that version. You know what I'm saying?
That movie, The One.
Huh?
You remember that movie with Jet Li? Every time you put a version up, he got stronger.
Right.
So what if like every version of you with hair died and your hair just started growing? Next thing you know, you got dreads. You're the only one left.
That'd be funny. I don't know if I grow dreads. That's a lot. That takes a lot of discipline. It looks like. I don't know if I got. I had to cut my head, man. I like the baldy, man. You know how much money I save on haircuts, man.
You could do it yourself. You just get the electric razor.
That's it. That's
a barber somewhere.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I'm telling you, like, my beard. That's about it. That's all I pay for is the edge.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But the one of the morals of this conversation is just like, it's all about doing, So like people, like you said, those zombies that you met at that Pizza Hut place, just looking and standing because they scared to do something outside themselves. You know what I'm saying? Outside of where they are.
It's invisible chains. They make you believe you have to do.
Yeah. Invisible chains. You're right, and it's. I get tired. Like sometimes I don't want to get on here and talk, but I know what I want because I'm tired because of what that other job did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't because I don't want to do it. I'm tired.
Yeah, I love. I think you're doing a good thing, man.
And the thing is, people do get scared of the stuff. That's why, certain things that they're scared of. It's true. Like you're gonna go through some stuff. You're gonna go through some shit. And that's all true. Like what people are scared of, that's true. You're gonna go through it all. You're gonna go through some shit. You're gonna be down. You're gonna be depressed. Things ain't working out. Things go up. Things go down. You're gonna go through all that. But ideally, it's the ones that understand that and just weather it. They're gonna get to the other end of that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, you might miss that. You might turn back around and miss that last, swing that might get you to your goal.
Exactly.
Literally, like, is it not worth it? Is that life not worth it to you?
It
exists. Get to it. It literally
you just gotta work for it.
Right. There's no other way to get there. What you think is gonna fall in your lap? Whatever you're vibrating, like you have to believe it and know, like it's there. I'm going to get that. And it's not to the point where it's like a fairy tale where you just wake up and you're in a mansion. It don't work like that. You have to read what the universe is giving you. You have to understand. Like when your third eye is open, you read those clues. Because everything is easy to get to. It's not hard to get to where you want to be. You just literally have to have that. You have to see with that third eye, and that's that intuition.
You have to have the mentality.
You be like, yo, it gets so simple to where you be like, damn, man, why do I want a donut? All of a sudden, you ride down to Dunkin' Donuts, you in line, and you overhear two people talking, and you be like, yo, I was just thinking about that, or I do that for a living, and you be like, yo, you know what? I got a podcast. Oh, you got a podcast? We were looking for a podcast to get onto, and because the last person he called out, so we couldn't do nothing. So let me exchange numbers. Boom. You see what just happened? Boom. Now you had that connection because you went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
The universe brought you that. You be like, yo, I don't even eat that, but something told me to go here. There's so many places where I showed up that I really wouldn't have showed up to. And I ran into someone I needed that altered my travel, because it doesn't happen overnight, but you feel it. You literally can feel that vibration in yourself, like, yo, I'm actually going towards where, no matter the storm, because shit gets hard, bro. Shit gets hard. You looking, yo, what the fuck is life? But you just feel it inside. Just keep going. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, do not fall backwards into that wheel, into that track.
And don't forget, Poop, don't forget, talk about your mentality too. You gotta have that mentality there, because you're gonna lose it. Yeah.
You're the main character of your movie. And what I mean by that, everybody else don't matter. Outside of you, nothing matters. So you put all of that. I don't care about your kids. I don't care about your husband. You live the reality, because you live this reality once. You know what I mean? Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Like, what are you afraid of? Like, do you not believe you deserve that existence? Like, you should be the one that, hey, put it on my credit card. Like, I don't care. Doing whatever you want. Going, you see a nice car you want? Yo, I want that. Yeah, put it on my card. I got it. Why not? Why not be able to help out those you want to help out? Are you? Do you feel good when somebody call you like, yo, I need a little help, man? Like, you got anything? Oh, man. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, man. Like, you should be able to want to be in that position. You know what? Here's a stack. Don't even worry about paying me back. I want to invest in your business.
Yeah.
I want to help your hospital bills. I want to make sure everybody is living the existence they vision for themselves. Why not? We're vibrating all of this, everything around us. We're vibrating on the same level. That's why we're experiencing all of this together. There's other versions of us that's in a whole different situation. We're just vibrating together. That's why I can see you, you can see me, because we're vibrating the same frequency right now. And that's why I said, like, you literally control the knob.
Right.
You know, you don't like what's around you, don't like your area, you don't like your family, change it. Change your frequency. Get aligned. That means you're off balance. Once you kind of center yourself and understand that it's you, only you, not your kids, you only were the portal to get here. Those ain't your damn kids. That was the only way they can get to this planet. Stop the nonsense. Like, yeah, take care of them, do what you need, but still do what you have to do for you. Because once you're gone, you're unattached. You're gone.
AJ, what you
right, am I wrong? I'm sorry.
God, that was just funny what you said.
I was just laughing because you was like, "Those ain't your damn kids." Well, who fucking kids is that?
Hey,
somebody gonna go home and be like, "Who kids these women?"
I know who this. I don't know y'all.
Just like your ass did. Just like your ass did. You just came through the damn portal and you had to start your own little.
It's gonna be some birth control test today, or what you call that? Test.
Damn portal shooters. Shit.
Oh, he talking about Maury. About Maury now.
Yeah, Maury.
Like, I'm tired of like
you are not the father.
I'm just saying, man. Like, we are so attached to the stuff we shouldn't be attached to. Like, literally change it. Like, you literally have the choice of whether to go to work or go to the damn library and learn something.
Facts.
Your choice. Like, stop complaining. You chose this. Like, you're vibrating because you believe. This is what you believe. It's all about belief. You believe this more than the other version of you. Because they hypnotize you to believe so. That's the distraction. Why do you think we have entertainment? Why do you need entertainment? Why do I need to see LeBron James dunking a basketball?
I don't even understand that.
Why
is he still hooping?
Right.
That's another topic.
Right. Why do I
feel
you to distract me?
All right, my bad. All
right. Nah, that's valid. That thing needs to retire, man. Like, Ron, it's enough. We've seen enough. Just go.
Yeah, everything you said, Pooh, was true. Everything y'all said was true, man. It's some real stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but you're doing the right thing, and the thing is, don't feel bad for working. Only reason I say that is because you still have a purpose. You're still on your purpose, and that's how I always look at it. If I would ever have to work again or whatever, it would be for a purpose. It wouldn't necessarily be I'm giving up on everything and I got to just go back to work and whatever I always try to do. It's over. No, it's like, all right, let me take this time. Do this real quick, get this up, put it to that, and get to work. That's my thing. I'll be on a mission. If it came to it, I'll be on a mission. It's like, all right, I need this. I need to get up this amount to get that started. All right, let me map out this whole joint, and I walk back out of work and get to my own work. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily feel bad for working or anything like that, because you still got a plan. And your plan is to get out of there. So just keep going accordingly. You'll be out of there. You'll be out of there in no time.
Right. Yeah.
And you can leave on your own terms. Like me, like it felt good to put in my 2 weeks. I ain't gonna hold you.
You ain't never lied.
I was literally leaving with nothing. That's when I moved. I moved out to Charlotte. It was like I left it all on the table and just came out like, you know what? I'm out here. And that was it. I ain't looked back since. And again, it's rough. It's rough, man. The transition is definitely difficult. And I understand why most people quit. You know, that is a real thing when they say the 5%. You know, you got the 5% and you got the 95%. I understand the 95%. I understand because you know I can see a lot of people would have quit by now, and it's real. It's real. It's real.
Like what you just said, the 5%. That's just the 5% of the people that's awake. Only 5% of the people are awake to really see, to kind of take that cloth over the eyes and see like everything is like right in front of you. You should see how you're zombies right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're literally giving your experience up. Like if you shouldn't be doing what you don't want to do. There's nothing that should make you. I don't care what it is. Figure it out.
Right.
Like, what's stopping you? Like, literally nothing. You're in complete control over everything. Like I said, like I understand people got some portal shooters, but that's what it is, man. Like, get it done. Like it's your reality. I'm not talking about go get some cigarettes and never come back home. I'm just talking about you have 24 hours a day. Use that time wisely. Am I lying though?
No.
What haven't been that baby? So they're gonna hold one baby like this, put the bottle on him, be working with the other hand, doing what they gotta do, right? That's what you gotta do. I'm telling you. I'm being honest.
Train yourself like a Buddhist monk. Like be like a Buddhist monk, yo. Like just focus. That tunnel vision of that version of you. You cannot be stopped until you get to that version.
Sometimes you got to cut a lot of stuff out of your life too to get there.
You know,
that's that right there. That right there.
And you're right. You know why and you're right because that version of you did cut all that stuff off.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It made the necessary decisions and got out of certain situations, cut off certain people, and just kept at it. But that version of you did make those cuts.
Yeah.
And I think that's the challenging part because it's like, are you willing to do that? Which it is sacrifice. But you're like, okay, the version of you that's where you want to be made those decisions, made those cuts. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta align with that person. He exists because, like I said, the universe will put the pieces in front of you, like just like stairs. It lines it up for you, literally.
Yeah.
Like that phone call from that last job. The universe is telling me, yeah, come this way.
Right.
It's pushing me this way. You just gotta pay attention. Don't get upset, because then once you start getting emotions, your emotions that's what you have to align. That is your car. Your emotions is who you are. You're in complete control of your emotions. Your emotions control where your consciousness is jumping to, which frequency you're on. They control your emotions. That's how they can keep you here. They need your energy in this realm right here. That's why they're doing what they're doing, to keep you distracted from understanding what I'm trying to say. Because if you follow what I'm saying, they can't keep you trapped in this realm. Because you know the secret, the blueprint of getting to where you need to get to out of this realm of what you picture. You know what I mean? And that's why they have so many things. They keep you tied to the dollar. The dollar is what you're hypnotized to. Your value of the dollar. Your value of the dollar is more value than your life experience. Because you do whatever you do to chase it. You're chasing money.
Yeah.
That's not how you get it. Just like women. Dudes that chase women, that women don't like that. They like a dude that's cool, like, you cute and all, but shit, whatever. They be like, okay, I like that. I like his vibe. I'm vibing with that. He's on my frequency. Money's the same way. Money, you're chasing it. It's not attracted to you. You're not vibrating to the money. You know, you're being clingy because you're chasing it. But once you learn how to vibrate, center yourself, balance. You're out of balance. Once you balance yourself, it start coming to you randomly. Well, what the fuck? I got a check in the mail? What? Somebody want to donate to my channel? What? You don't think those stuff exist? People aren't just lucky. They just understood the rules to the game.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. If you're prepared for things, that's when things start happening because you're already prepared for them.
Yeah.
There's a version of you that hit the lotto. There's a version of you that hit the lotto. Where he started, he got a ticket. He decided to you know what, I'm at a gas station. Let me get a ticket. And he won that lotto. That's a version of you that exists that you can line yourself up to doing. People win the lotto all the time. What's so different from them and you? What you think they just got the random numbers?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as luck. When people say, "Oh, you got lucky," no, you vibrated onto where you won. There's a version of you that lost, and there's a version of you that won.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're vibrating more towards. You know, once you're centered and balanced, you can control your reality a lot more. And they're throwing you off. You're unbalanced. That's why your emotions are out of whack. Your emotions control where you're vibrating at. And if something still has control over to make you angry, you're out of balance. If something still takes you out of your character of who you are, if someone outside of you can still get you upset, you're out of balance. You have to be completely controlled and unbalanced by everything in this realm. That's how you master it. Be completely numb to everything. Nothing matters. But they convince you the value of everything outside of you to make you think you have to fight for it and be distracted of balancing yourself.
Yeah.
So you're all out of whack. They train you from a young age because they don't want you to know that. That's why they have you jump in a preschool. And then that's when you start to develop that structure, that social structure of how to move within this realm. They start feeding you. Now you're learning from your parents, your siblings, your friends, your teacher, everything around you, the television, and now you're moving like a robot like them because you're falling in line. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah.
They knew if we knew this knowledge at an early age, even like 15 years old, and we just started our own lawn mowing company, just the four of us just got together, 14 years old, just a business, just going around mowing people's lawns. And then really investing that in something else. And now we just grew from there. Like if your kids knew this early, you know what I mean? Just it's simple as that. Like people look at the whole picture as just this big gulp. Take little pieces. Understand the rules. Pay attention. Figure out what works. If you got to start a YouTube channel, if you got to start a clothing line, figure out what works.
Now I know, fellas. What we were talking about was with the whole mental health thing. Now, what I would ask y'all is, what do you think you would have to be mentally to do what we're doing? What type of mental, level should you be at? Because I know mental health does play a role in a lot of this because it could weigh on you. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, because it's something that you're not used to, and you're kind of jumping out there and just going for it, and it's like it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and and it could break you, in a lot of ways. But that's a test in itself, because to really even consider doing that, you have to be mentally strong. You have to. It's automatic.
It's levels. It's like a video game. It's like a video game. Like you on like level 1, trying to get to level 99. 99 is that life you envision, the nice house, the cars, do whatever you want, anyone. That's the top level. And you're on like level 1 trying to grow. But yet you have this thing distracting you from learning and understand how to get to that level 99, which you see. You know what I mean? Because it exists, and they constantly throw these bills at you because you feel like you need this stuff. You need it. You should be learning so many different languages right now. We should be learning languages, learning, how to leverage our money, how to turn $4 into $8 into 16, constantly building on growing something, because what you're doing is 9 to 5 ain't growing nothing but your age.
But working on that 9 to 5, that junk plays a big part on your mental
does.
health.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It is. And I've never had a job where it didn't play a certain part on my mental health. You know what I'm trying to say?
No one
once
has.
Once you figure out enough is enough, I can't take this no more. That's your awakening. That's your moment. Like, it's time for me to move on. I can't keep doing this. And like what you were saying, Pooh, you have to instill that into your children too. That same mindset. I don't do this no more. This ain't for me.
It's a trap. Don't let them get into that trap. In your stomach, in your gut, we're not what we're doing, what we're supposed to be doing. We're not doing it. We're not aligned and where we need to be. We're being distracted by a deity of some sort that has us asleep, believing in this tradition, keeping us like cattle. Why do I know what you're eating on Thanksgiving in your family in New York or your family in Miami? Why do I know you're having collard greens, mac and cheese? You said what?
Because you called and asked when he was cooking.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, though, right? You understand what I'm saying? If you don't think that's a trap, I don't know. That's like
and you know something? You know something? Now that I think about it, even with you, AJ, even if you know what I'm saying, we're still an example for our kids regardless, because they're gonna look, whether we're teaching them something hands-on or not, they're still looking at us. And I can honestly say that my daughter's never seen me go to work. Of course she was, she was a baby at the time when I was working, which, she playing, she don't know what's going on, but she's never seen me go to job. You go to work, I'm always available. I'm always accessible. And then when I do, if we have our parties and stuff, she can come with me. She can come with us and work. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is a great thing, because she sees how it is having your own thing and being able to build your own thing. She don't see me like, oh, I gotta go to work. I can't come to your school thing today, or I can't pick you up because I gotta work. No, give me a call. I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? That and stuff like that really helps me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I see the freedom, I see the control that I have on what I'm doing, and the fact that I can literally teach. I can teach. I got time to teach. I have the room to teach. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it is by example. I ain't got to sit there in class.
You have control.
All you got to do is watch me.
Control your time.
Yeah. See, with me, it was like AJ seen both worlds. He used to see me come home just looking like somebody, like 30 people done stumped me out in the middle of the street. Then I'm coming in the house. He seen me down to my breaking point. You know what I mean? And he's sitting there like, it's okay, Dad. It's gonna be all right. I'm like, yeah, I know. And deep down in my mind, I'm like, man.
Right.
Like, I want to.
But now that you got what you got, he see that other side of you now. You see what I'm saying?
He got more time to deal with me. And, he got time to help me with this and all this different type of stuff. So
and I'm sure if he had a choice, you already know he going for what you at where you at now. You know what I'm saying?
He knows you taught him that he has that choice.
That's
what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
you remember that song? You remember that song? Ah, man, I know I sound old, man. It's like that song, like, how much you made? $100,000 in 2 days.
Oh, in 2 days. Yeah.
You remember? Like, you go to somebody that's working at Taco Bell. How much did you make in 2 days? $120. You think, like, how is he able to do that? And you over there making $120 in 2 days? Like, hell no. You in my reality, I'm not living your top reality. Hell no. Like, nah. That's why I said, like, in trucking, in trucking, we decide how much we pay a driver, and he did all the work. I get the money. I get the money.
Yeah,
He
that's
spent
real.
all this time on the road, away from his family. I get the money, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm only gonna give you 30% of this.
And that's exactly what's going on in my life. I do all the work. They
I'm
decide
at home.
how much I get paid.
Yeah, I'm at home. I get to spend time with my family. I get to have these meals and learn new things. And while you're making money for me driving, and I just pay you a little chip of what you made me. I use your legs here. And that's what they're doing at the top. You're literally living their experience.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving up yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have my legs up on their back.
Pause.
I hate to say it
Pause.
like that.
That's a pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Pause.
You like to put your legs
I control, like, I can tell them how much I'm giving them.
Yeah, just don't put your legs on their back, bro. That's
put
pause.
your legs on
My
their
legs
back,
on
man.
the back.
Yeah.
My feet up. But yeah, man, like it's definitely like, what level do you want to be on? You can stop having so many excuses, like, oh, I ain't got the time. Yeah, you don't. You're right, because you're giving it to someone else. I wouldn't have the time either.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. Stop
Yeah,
making
man.
stuff harder than it needs to be. Like,
But we are all a testimony of where we at and the work we putting in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, and
that's it. Like,
That's
chop
a
it
good
up.
thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, like, chop it up. Like, stop looking at everything as the whole bulk of everything. You want that car? How much is the car? Break that price up. What do you need to do to get there each month? What do you have to make each month to get there? Figure out that number, what you need to make. What do you need to do to make that? Like, the blueprint like that is that easy. Just figure it out. Chop everything up. You look at that mansion and be like, I can't get that. How much is it? What do I need to do to get there? Chop everything up line by line. Stop eating everything up. You will get
That's
there.
That's like the what's the gentleman name that made Fubu, and he's on Shark Tank.
Damon John. Damon John.
Yes, that's like him. When the first time I ever heard him say anything, he was like, "This is what I did to get to where I'm at today. I made sure I paid my bills first. I made sure, all the important stuff was paid out the way. Then I invested. I invested in the stock, and then I put money to the side to start this right here. Whatever that's left over, it will be my play money. You know what I mean? I don't mean make your play money this much. Your stock money right here and your bill money right there. You don't do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do it that way. I love how the way he said that. That's the only way you can make it forward. You got to make that sacrifice. You got to sacrifice more than what you're gonna party with.
Right. You have to envision, how would that version of myself move?
Exactly.
Like, that version, that millionaire of yourself that you see, what would he do in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Use your emotion toward that. Feel the way he will feel. You have to vibrate. You have to be in those shoes. Play that character. You have to play that character in any situation. What would that millionaire version of myself do? Not my version now, because this is not where I want to.
Besides seeing it, though, you have to believe in it. Besides seeing it in your mind, you have to definitely believe you are that person. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's that simple. Like, people make it harder than it really is. Like, you just have to move that way. Like, with that version, you complain. Do you think that line has a complainer going down that journey to get there? There's a complainer along there? No. Just do it. Get it done. This is what it takes. This is what the universe requires to get there. It's different levels. What level you want to go through? Like, it's not going to be easy to get to that version of yourself. You know it. But you're scared to go through the heat and the war, the sticks and the bruises. You're just afraid of it because you know it exists. Like, just do it. Is it worth it?
People say, as I believe in too, put it in God's hands. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe in. That's how I run it. That's how I do it. You got to stop being scared and put it in your God's hand. You know what I'm saying?
What are you willing to do to get there?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody always say, "I'd do anything," but you're not.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways of getting there. Like everybody wants to get to the top. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
wants the best version of themselves. What are you
Mm-hmm.
willing to do to get there? Like, what are you willing to give up to get there?
Mm-hmm.
I would give up damn near anything to get the best movie
Exactly.
for myself. I
Exactly.
don't want that horror movie. I don't need a suspense. I need that movie where I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
Where I see myself moving the way I move, and that movie exists. I just got to jump to it. You know, I got to believe it. I got to vibrate to that person, and I feel them. That's how I know I'm on the right path, and I'm not giving up. No
Yeah.
matter what happens, I'm not going backwards. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
make me go backwards. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna survive. Like every
Mm.
time I think that the door is closing, it always something always like you know those stairs that like somebody walking in the sky and it's like a step
Yes.
like Magneto when he had
Yeah.
those silver things walking. Yeah, it's almost like that. Like you have to just know it's gonna be a step there. Even though
Mm.
you don't see it, you don't see it at all. You could be like,
Mm.
yo, that's dark. And if it ain't nothing that comes, I'm doomed. I'm falling into a pit of darkness. But you have to just step and believe that that
You have
step
to
is
believe.
gonna come. Just like Magneto when he was walking,
Yeah.
he didn't know if that step gonna come or not. He just knew it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
that's
the
what
biggest
you have to
thing.
do to vibrate. I know I took up so much of your time,
Nah,
man, but
but I
I, that's
completely
that's
agree,
the
bro.
blueprint. That is the blueprint of getting your movie
Yeah.
the way you need it to. What
That's the
genre you
biggest
want.
thing is you have to believe in it, man, because you gonna get tested on some. Ooh, when you
Yeah,
start a
that's the
business,
purpose.
you're gonna get tested. But that's
They're
the
gonna
point
throw
of
those
it.
balls at you. They're gonna throw the
Exactly.
balls while you trying to walk on the
Just don't
tightrope.
get
You
scared,
just have to
man.
stay balanced and focused. Stay
Oh,
focused.
I'll put it this way. Like the go on what you're saying. When Gamer had it started, which it's 3 years this month. It's 3 years
Mm.
this month. We've been in business.
Yeah.
We didn't get our first party till July.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So you got May, June. You know what I'm saying? Actually, was it July? Yep, it was July. So we didn't get our first party for 2 months. So we had
Mm.
to spend 2 months trying to build up whatever we can build up and
Yeah.
get there. But we had to
Mm.
do it. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't make no money. We didn't had no parties for 2 months before we even
Mm.
started.
Positivity.
Yep, yep. So,
Mm.
Positivity.
it's definitely a mission. It's definitely a something you have to really work. You got to work for. You know what I mean? And yeah,
It
three
ain't
years later,
easy, bro.
Is it worth?
it's not.
What
It's
is it
not.
worth?
But it's worth it. Yeah, it definitely is worth
Mhm.
it.
It's
It's
worth
worth
it at
it.
the end, though.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Especially like
Yeah.
what you
What are you
said.
willing to give up? The
Like it's like what
universe
you
is
said, Poop,
testing you.
like leaving something behind for your children to come to. It ain't always just college. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Even
yeah.
saying?
kids.
Your
It's not
purpose.
an
Mm-hmm.
obligation. I want
If they
college.
your kids now.
And
If
that's
they
what
ain't
I'm.
your
I want,
kids, then don't worry
Right.
about it.
Right. And what I'm.
You tell them
yeah,
to get out.
yeah. I want college to be a choice, not an obligation. That's my thing. I don't have nothing against college, but for my daughter, I want it to be a choice. Like, you know what? I ain't gotta go. I got this going on.
Exactly.
That's
Hey,
what I.
Because
That's
your
what.
reality.
That's
Right.
my intent. That's what I intend to set up.
All right.
I don't want to look at she has to go. No, you can go or you don't. If
Right.
you
And
don't,
Mm-hmm.
my
that's fine. Guess what? You got so much stuff going on, and you're gonna be pretty comfortable. I'm gonna make
right.
sure
Yeah.
of that.
That's the
Yeah.
point. And they try to distract you with all these things. That's why they try to keep you where you are to not figuring that number you need out, that
Mm-hmm.
focus, that vibration of getting to that point. They have to keep you at a certain level. They
Hmm.
have to you have to, vibrate at a certain level for them to control you. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to break
No
out of
vibration
that
can
that
control you.
that hypnotized part of you. Like, you just stuck in that trance of you feel like you have to do this. Do
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Hmm.
you want. You can celebrate, like bro said, you can celebrate anything you want. Stop believing. And like I said, your kids are you are only supposed to pass knowledge to them.
That's it.
We are really, really told on how by you watch movies, you watch shows, you watch things to brainwash you into believing this is how you supposed to do things. You see how animals are, like they're so in tune with nature because they know what they're supposed to be doing. They're a real version of themselves. Like bears and even ants. You ever seen there's no version where ants are teaching each other in certain classes. They know because they are in tune with, they vibrate on a certain level. Like, you ever seen ants in a flood?
Yeah.
Don't they combine together like that?
They
or something
combine
like
together.
that?
You think they had courses and they had to go to 8-hour courses to learn? They knew because they're in tune with
Same with birds.
reality. You know what I
Birds
mean?
fly south and everything. There's nobody telling them to fly south. It's that time to hit, and they get the signal and they
They're
gone.
in tune. We're out of tune. We're especially in the U.S. Actually, the U.S. is a lab, yo. Like, this is a tester. We're guinea pigs for all types of stuff. That's all you said. All that red 40 and blue dyes, and they testing them. They don't let all that outside of us. We're in this lab, this little lab where they do testing and just do these hypnosis on us to believe, like, dang, they really think that gold chain is worth it, or they supposed to be married. You supposed to be a parent. You supposed to have that white picket fence. They put this image like you ever seen like those glasses? They tie you in this chair and they put these glasses on you and they just beam all this stuff into your brain. That's what happened. That's what happened when you turn 4. I think when you lose all true memory of that or connection with that is when they start hitting you with 4, and it's getting worse with technology because I see like 3-year-olds hypnotized on the laptop. They're so in tune with technology and just losing that true connection, that reading, getting those true signs of the universe and how to move. Like, the blueprint is made out for you. You're just too distracted with these games and, I need a boyfriend, or I need a wife, and I need a car, because you're always hit with these expectations of how you supposed to be dressing as a black man, or you supposed to have this look, and you supposed to look like this, you supposed to look like Chris Brown, Michael B. Jordan, because they put that in your face to make you idolize the women chasing that man. They like the way that man, now you got to match that, and they put those little distractions in there. Now we're thinking about, who else talking about Diddy? That is another human being living existence like me. Why do I care what he's doing? He ain't different from nobody else. He has no impact on my life, but they are throwing that out there for distraction, for you to vibrate.
He took all the baby oil.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, we need those for the babies now. He took all the baby oil.
A little bit less.
I'm sorry, man. I take up all your time, man. I know.
But you say take your time, but you speaking the truth though, bro. You speaking
truth. I can talk all day about this, man. Like I said,
Pastor
but you learn a lot of that stuff as you grow. Like you said, like I think you said too. I think both of you guys said it. Like, things that were exciting to us when we were younger aren't the same anymore. When you're young, you like to chase the females. Now you're like, man, I need a good one. I don't need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they make you feel like that. They make you
kind of
need Jordans. You don't need all that stuff you used to have.
Yeah, you look. When you get older, you look for more of value in things as opposed to just having something. You look for the value in it, like people, places, and things. For you to be around certain people, they have to bring value to you as well, you to them.
Yes.
And same with everything else you come across. You understand that, hey, if I'm gonna be, putting some time into this, it has to bring some value. I'm not into wasting any time, period, with people, places, or things. I'm all about just gaining value and being around value. Things that are valuable to me, brings value to me and my family. That's all I'm about right now. You know what I'm saying? And That comes with getting older, man. You know, that's why I said I don't be ashamed of being older.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I
I was
learned a
just about to
lot.
say that, boo.
Huh?
Like it's like I said, I was just about to say that, boo. It's like when you get older, it's like that's more important than actual like objects. Like I don't need no Jordan or
Because
extra
you're easily
chain.
distracted.
Right. Like,
Exactly. I
I
want to
mean,
have
you
people
know,
around me that grows with me. You know what I mean? That wanna grow. That has the same mindset as mine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
used to
more
laugh at
important than
the
buying some days and all that different type of shit.
right. You know, you laugh at the old dude at the store with the pull-up socks and the flip-flops, and you like, hey, what's with him? He old to the point where he like, man, I don't care, man. I'm just going to the store, man. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'm gonna do that, but I understand a little bit more because I'm like to a point where you don't have to impress nobody. If it's something you got to do and you got to put on something real quick, you're just gonna put on something real quick and go do what you got to do real quick and get back.
Yeah. I
You
do
know
that all the
what I'm
time.
you know, it's just like, man, at the end of the day, you just put some clothes on. You know, it may not match all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing I gotta do. I
You
gotta
know.
match. I'm sorry.
I said all the time.
Like
I
even
mean,
when
he
I'm
still
going
could
to the
look
store,
good. Ain't nothing
like
wrong
my
with looking
colors gotta
good,
match.
man. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying be no straight up bum. I'm just saying you're not as
right.
you
Like, I
know,
mean,
you ain't
like
in
this
high
look,
school. You know,
this
high
look,
school you had to be fresh all the time. You know what I mean? But you older, it's
right.
like I need to be. I don't have to be 1,000% fresh. You know, all the time. But you know, nothing wrong with getting out and dressing clean every once in a while. You know. But it's not as important to me. That's what I'm gonna say. I used to love to dress, but it's not as important to me before.
You
Like
heard what Ocho said,
before.
right? You remember what Ocho said when you was talking about his chain? He was like, "What? Man, these diamonds fake. Like, what do I gotta show you that I got money for? Like, it look real to me. Like, shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm rich. I don't need to prove to you that I'm rich. Like, it's stupid. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. That's what poor people do.
There was I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This was a good conversation, man. It didn't. I was planning on venting about some other stuff, and it went here, and it was meant to go this way.
That's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about. Somebody need to hear
It
it.
was meant to go this way, and I love it. It was a great conversation, man. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Game Addicts, man. Shout out to No Ray. Hey, shout out to Social Balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got my shirt. I love it, man.
Definitely look out for that right there, man. Social balance. It's all about what we've been talking about. What we've been talking about the whole time on this podcast is about our social balance. It's being off. You know what I'm saying? That's all we've been talking about on here. And that's what really gave me that idea was the conversations we have about that. You know, and I appreciate y'all for that one though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I'm about to put this on the shirt. And it came out looking nice, man. But I appreciate it.
Talking about.
Hey, you got any commercials? You got any commercials for it yet?
Not yet, man. I have to do that ASAP. Like what you said, man. You gotta sacrifice. But commercials will be coming soon though. Right now, I just got like little mini like clips up for social media, pictures, stuff like that. You know. That's all I got right now.
You know, bro.
You know how to do it you know how to do the commercials yourself, or do you have people do them?
He do that himself.
I think I know what format we use. We will have to definitely chop it up on how to do that because I think I know what platform you use, or I meant to say.
Yeah. Oh man, I thank God for this app. I thank God for this. For real.
Yeah.
I used to have to go like put files off a disk and put it on the computer and then get it off onto the on the program. Now I can just use my phone. I love that. That's dope. That's dope, man.
Fellas, we had a good one today, bro. We had a long one today. I love it. It went by good. This is probably
my bad.
Oh, you taking responsibility?
I didn't pick up all your time.
Hey, look at you.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, before we go, I know y'all about to call, but I know y'all see the name on the screen, Gamer Addicts Universe. I revamped the channel. So y'all check that out. It's gonna be some dope content on there. It's gonna be all gaming stuff. Of course, we got the bus. We got bus content as well, but we're gonna have nice short stories for the kids. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fun. So y'all check that out, man. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to this channel as well. We're doing big things.
Not so common on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Not so common NSC. Say the NSC. Do not forget the NSC. Not so common NSC.
S.
Ready?
Oh no,
all
no.
Right, guys.
S. C. All right.
Peace, man.
Hello. Peace.
Yeah.